For our final inductee, please welcome Homecoming Steering Committee Tri-Director Trent Weidman. He's a senior engineering major from Farmington, Missouri. Trent?
Born in Kingfisher, Oklahoma in 1918, Sam Walton moved with his family from small town to small town throughout his childhood. Eventually, the family settled in Columbia, where Sam attended Hickman High School and delivered papers for the Columbia Missourian. Despite humble beginnings, Sam soon emerged as a born leader whose relentless drive was matched only by his entrepreneurial vision. At the University of Missouri, Sam participated in Beta Theta Pi, ROTC, the Savitar, QEBH, and much more before being elected permanent president of the class of 1940. As Sam would later tell the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, college offers many chances to develop leadership qualities if you take advantage. Not long after graduating from MU, Sam met Helen Robson, whom he would marry on Valentine's Day, 1943. With Helen as his lifelong partner in family, business, and philanthropy, Sam revolutionized not just how people shopped, but how they lived. He launched the first Walmart Discount City store in Rogers, Arkansas in 1962. With a tireless commitment to respect for the individual, taking risks, and swimming upstream, Sam grew Walmart from a regional to a national to an international phenomenon. If we work together, he said, we'll lower the cost for living for everyone, we'll give the world an opportunity to see what it's like to save and have a better life. By the time of his passage in 1992, Walmart had grown to employ 371,000 people. Today, Walmart has 2.3 million employees in more than 11,000 stores worldwide. Now let's hear more about this one-of-a-kind tiger.
I think the fact that Sam Walton is an alum from the University of Missouri is one of Missouri's greatest accomplishments because this guy literally changed the world.
I tell you, Sam was one of the most prominent boys in the whole school. And then he was president of the senior class. He was a great athlete and a good leader.
He showed ordinary folks how they could actually get a discount on great brand names. And he changed the face of retail.
I'll never forget when we were in a meeting one time and Sam held up an item. I can't remember what the item was. And he held it up and he said, you need to understand, at Walmart, we start out with this bottle of shampoo, and what we want to know is what is the least amount we can charge for this and still make a fair return for our shareholder.
The thing I learned the most when I visited Walmart was I learned the more you know, the more you care. This was a phrase of Sam Walton's, and I don't think anything will motivate people more than walking the talk of that phrase.
Sam was unbelievably good with the associates.
Talk to them. What I like to see you do, and it's so much fun, is to speak their name, of course. Good morning. How are you? How are things going? What's selling? Thank you for that display. It just takes a minute.
The answer that I'd always give when people would ask me the question, well, can this Walmart culture carry itself around the world? And the answer to that one would be, well, let me answer the question with the question. Where is it that people would not want to work for a company that said that respect for the individual was their most important value?
If you go back and look at the history of the company, how many people stayed with the company for 20, 30, 40 years, I think Sam had a lot to do with that.
I'm fulfilling an obligation to our employees. I wagered with them a year and a half ago that in the year of 1983, they never could possibly achieve a better than 8% net profit corporately.
And he made you feel like it was your company.
Sam Walton was one of the best 1 + 1 = 3 guys I've ever read about in my life.
The story of Sam Walton is an illustration of the American dream. His success is our success, America's success. I salute you, sir, for your vision, and I am proud to give you your nation's highest civilian honor.
I'm so proud and so humbled to welcome Sam Walton into the University of Missouri Hall of Fame.
On behalf of the University of Missouri, it is my pleasure to induct Sam Walton into the Mizzou Hall of Fame. To accept this award, please welcome Dr. Knack Williams, who is the Director of Special Projects for the Walton Family Foundation.
First of all, just let me say thank you for such a wonderful Mizzou hospitality. This has just been amazing. Also like to thank those from the corporate headquarters and my colleagues from the foundation for making the trip up here with me. It is my privilege to bring you greetings from the entire Walton family and to accept on their behalf this honor that you have bestowed upon Sam M. Walton, affectionately known by many as Mr. Sam. The family regrets that they are unable to join us today, but offer their heartfelt appreciation and congratulations to Dr. Turner and Mr. Trogdon. Dr. Turner, I just want you to, Turner Bell, I want you to know that all of Arkansas was rooting for you also. And Mr. Trogdon, I got more books to read now. Thank you. You know, Jim Walton, Mr. Sam's son, has recorded a video on behalf of the family, and I'm happy to share that with you now.
You know, at the University of Missouri, Dad learned and refined his leadership skills, and throughout college, I think that the university and the university experience really developed these leader qualities that really created such a degree of success later in life. During Dad's formative years, during the late 1920s and 1930s, he attended schools in Springfield, Marshall, Shelbina, and graduated from high school at Columbia from Hickman High. In his book, he referred to his mother, Nancy, as a pretty special motivator who always encouraged him to do his best and to set high personal goals. And that is what he did, from being the youngest Eagle Scout in the state of Missouri at that time to being a leader and as a class officer in the schools that he attended. These younger years taught him the value of teamwork, being action-oriented, and being willing to make the necessary choices and commitments to achieving your goals. He was elected to several offices on campus and learned early on that one of the secrets to campus leadership was to speak to every person that was walking toward him and using the name of every person he recognized. Undoubtedly, this was a direct influence on how he interacted with customers and associates later in life and led to the 10-foot rule, which today is still an important part of Walmart and Sam's Club culture. We're proud of our Missouri heritage and thankful for the opportunities that our dad had while he was on the Mizzou campus. On behalf of our entire family, I'd like to thank the university for honoring our dad.
the life, the things that Mr. Sam learned here at Missouri is really in line with what the other recipients have talked about. It really laid the foundation for his life to build on. You know, I never had the opportunity to work with Mr. Sam, but I was honored to work closely with Helen Walton, Miss Helen, after Mr. Sam's passing. And while we're gathered today to honor Mr. Sam, we would be remiss if we did not acknowledge the tremendous role Miss Helen played in establishing his legacy. She was his partner, trusted confidant, and his biggest supporter. And if Mr. Sam were here today, I know he would give her much of the credit. Mr. Sam was a big thinker and believed people could accomplish anything with opportunity and encouragement. Miss Helen, she cared deeply about giving back and often pointed to the saying, "It is not what you gather in life, but what you scatter that tells the kind of life you have lived." Their combined legacy drives the work of the Walton Family Foundation, where we seek to create access to opportunity for people and communities. Mr. Sam would be humbled and appreciative to be honored by his beloved Mizzou. He often spoke about what a special place this is and how his experience here helped to shape him. In the video, Jim referred to the 10-foot rule, which Mr. Sam drew inspiration for from his time on the University of Missouri campus. It's a simple expectation that he set for everyone at Walmart. Whenever a customer or coworker comes within 10 feet of you, you stop, you make eye contact, and say hello. Through respect for individuals, always learning and try to do things better today than yesterday, Mr. Sam became an icon of American business and the embodiment of the American dream. This year, he would have celebrated his 100th birthday, and it's exciting to see the ways in which his legacy has grown and flourished. I mentioned the Family Foundation. Last year, through the foundation, his children and grandchildren gave more than $535 million. And there is, of course, Walmart, which, as Trent said, is the largest retailer in the world, employing more than 2 million people across the world and serving millions of customers in 27 countries. The lessons and experiences that Mr. Sam embraced as a student on this campus as part of his success in the University of Missouri will forever be an important part of his legacy. Once again, I am both pleased and humbled to accept this honor on behalf of the Walton Family Foundation. Thank you so much.